And we're delighted to welcome to Promise Christian Live TV today, Jeff and Carol Shelton. And it's an honor to meet both of you. God bless you. It's a long reading.
Thank you. It is.
Would you like to share a little bit about your ministry? And I know you're going to share a little bit about Israel today, too, and I'm very excited about that.
Well, thanks, Mike. We started off back in the late 70s as pastors. About 1980, we found ourselves going to Israel for the first time and jumping into a situation of ministry. There, we intended to go as tourists, but that wasn't the Lord's plan. And so we were involved for 28 years as the directors, a department director of the International Christian Embassy in Jerusalem, the children's ministry, the youth ministry. Out of that grew the National Youth and Children's Camps during Passover throughout the 90s. And then about 28 years into this time, our mission with children and youth in that country seemed to be complete. Not coming to an end, but complete. And a lot of those young children who we had changed their diapers and taught them Bible verses and sang songs with them and played games with them. Now they're grown up. They're 30, 35 years of age, and they now are the leaders in the country.
Yes, I was going to ask you how the relationships are going in Israel and the spiritual climate that you folks have sensed and seen in just recent days. What do you feel the Lord is going on this in the spirit world?
Just to give you an idea, Mike, in November of this last year, when we invited 14 ministries over from Israel to the Rose Bowl for an evening time of prayer at a Christian gathering, there were, I think, 25,000 Christians at that, maybe more.
It was wonderful.
Evening.
Yeah.
And these ministries we invited over. They came, not really knowing what they were coming to, but they came prepared with petitions to pray for America. And the evening was called Israel Prays for America. America Embraces Israel.
Wonderful.
And it was delightful because they came with prepared petitionary prayers for America.
And you guys are right in the middle of this whole thing. Seems like the Lord has placed you right there in a very significant role to help to bring this about. And your eye care ministry, so it's not only in Israel, but the eye care ministry that you have is also here in the United States. You're working here too.
We live in Southern Oregon. We had, over the years we worked in Israel, God supernaturally, that's all I can say. I don't want to get too mystical, but He supernaturally gave us millions of dollars worth of ranch land up there.
Wonderful.
Unusual things. For a decade and a half, we ran a therapeutic Christian ranch for teen boys and a group home for girls. Most of those children came from the Southland here.
Yes.
They came from this area. We brought them up there and we were able to turn around their lives I think we had about an 82% turnaround rate.
My goodness.
We changed that ranch several years ago into a Christian retreat center, a pastor or church leaders getaway, which if people call us from Southern California here and they need a complimentary getaway, if they're a church leader,
you might get a call one of these days.
we will take care of them. It's the one's a beautiful 50-acre ranch called Cascade Mountain Ranch of Southern Oregon.
Beautiful. Well, you folks have a real fantastic ministry here in not only the U.S., but in Israel, doing such a great work there in the end time hour. I would say God has you at the right place at the right time. Wouldn't you think so?
Well, yes. It's kind of an interesting thing. I always tell people when you're standing in front of the Knesset, speaking to the Knesset, and it comes to your mind suddenly, what am I doing here? I'm a farm boy from Oregon.
A farm boy from Oregon.
It's just amazing how the Lord can take you where He wants you to go.
He sure can.
And all you really have to do is just be obedient to His voice and do what He asks you to do. And it's been a wonderful time for both of us.
we just want to thank you for being on the show today, and we appreciate both of you, and our prayers are with you, and we just honor your ministry, what you're doing. It's just fantastic, and thank you,
Mike,
for being on today. We appreciate that. Jeff and Carol Shelton of Eye Care Ministry. Dudley, praise the Lord. Another
great.
program.
I want to mention one thing to you. We want you to get more involved with Promise Christian Life. So our television production team would like for you to become more acquainted with Promise Christian Life, and this is the way to do it. So I would like to tell you about a great free offer to our viewers. This month, simply for the asking, we're giving away a free calendar showing all of the Jewish holy days and their importance to everyday Christians. You'll learn why it's essential to know about God's Passover and how that impacts your life, what the day of Pentecost means to every believer, and why the Jews and more Christians observe the Lord's appointed times, especially right now. You may obtain your free copy by visiting a special website, myfreetvgift.com. Let me repeat that for you. The website is myfreetvgift.com. And please allow about 2 weeks for processing. God bless you, everyone. We'll see you next week.